The sky is orange today. It is not a great sign that that is the case, but I mean, the state's on fire. When is it not, right? Californians, you get me, you know. I used to have good taste in TV. I don't know what happened. Do you guys know I've only seen one episode of Loki, but I haven't missed a single episode of The Bachelor in Paradise? What happened to me? But speaking of hashtag BIP, I've recently gotten into this show called F-Boy Island. And boy, is it something.
When it comes to women, 10 out of 10, I don't lose.
I'm a fridge boy.
The premise is simple. It's 24 guys competing over the heart of 3 different girls, but there's a catch. 12 of them are self-proclaimed fuckboys who are really just there to play the game and fool the girls. And 12 of them are nice guys who are just there to establish a real human connection. Except they're not fuckboys, they're F-boys.
F-boys.
The F-boys, the F-boy.
It's F-boys. F-boys. I'm an F-boy.
F-boy.
F-boy. F-boy.
That's how they refer to themselves in the show, and I gotta say, doesn't get easier to hear. And it's weird that the nice guys are so okay being called nice guys when that's become such a weird term. It's gotten kind of associated with guys who expect sex tokens for every time they open a door for a girl, I guess. I mean, that's kind of an exaggeration, but is it really? Also, 24 guys to 3 girls, and it's not like they're divided up at all. It's like, that's a crazy ratio, right? And these guys also have some great careers. Like, we have Bitcoin investor, a TikToker, a forensic nutritionist, an exotic dancer / realtor, and an image consultant. These are really like 21st century careers. Next, let's meet our wonderful contestants. First up, we have Nakia, a stylist who's really been through the ringer and is just looking to settle down. We have Sarah, a social media manager and is looking for someone ambitious who maybe owns his own business. And CJ, who wants someone who's smart but not too smart, maybe a little bit dumb and will work along with pranks and stuff. Like, I get it. You want someone who's like on the same level intellectually as
like
you.
pretending I've been arrested. Like,
Pretending
it's
to
not
get
gonna be
arrested?
fun.
I mean, I guess that's a prank. The entire premise of the show is to answer the question,
Do good guys really deserve to always finish last?
and the answer may surprise you. Or not. I have only seen 3 episodes, so I don't really know the answer to that. But those 3 episodes, magnifique. At the end of every episode, they pick 3 guys to go home, and only then do we get to find out if they were a nice guy or an F-boy. So at the start, each of the girls is allowed to give up to 3 wristbands to guys they might be potentially interested in. CJ gives one of hers to a guy named Casey, who, as it turns out, is also nicknamed CJ.
I'm Casey Joseph, so I'm also CJ.
That is so wonderful.
You might be thinking, oh, that's cute, they share the same nickname, but hold on to that. No one else really of note gets a wristband, except for my boy Colin, who gets 2, which, I mean, good for you, I guess. Look at me, I'm Colin, I'm all cute and stuff. I got 2 wristbands and girls love me. That first night, CJ has her first conversation with Jamie, one of the guys she gave a wristband to, and it goes great.
How do you view life?
I'm bratty.
Okay, bold to admit that, but, you know, honesty's appreciated.
If someone matches my energy all the time, we're gonna get arrested. I have my dramatic moments.
So you got a little toxicity?
Bitch, do not call me toxic. I'm not crazy.
Okay, so you're gonna throw around red flags and then get mad when he sees them? Like, I get toxic might not have been the right word to use, but it was definitely the right word to think. Peter comes up next, and she already thinks that he's kind of a bad boy, but he very quickly shows that he has 0 game.
Cute together. Like, we did like a holiday card.
Listen, if we had babies,
Our babies? Oh, I love sleeping.
so we're gonna be sleep buddies.
Pterodactyl. You need a pterodactyl?
He does so bad that she actually has to use her, like, helpline to get out of there. Oh, God. Okay, the baby's comment was a little bit weird, but the sleep buddies thing was so totally a joke that just needed better delivery. This poor guy looks absolutely gutted. Ugh. Other notable events of the night include Colin stealing some other dude's time from Nakia, an absolute Chad move, if you ask me. Later, one of the Garretts comes by and tries to talk to her, and maybe comes off a little bit too strong, so it turns over to creepy. Later, CJ and Casey finally sit down, and she just loves that his friends and family call him CJ.
I told you I'm Casey Joseph, so like my close friends and my family call me CJ.
Oh my gosh, I think that's adorable.
Look at it, I heard you have it tatted on me.
Turns out he has the initials CJ tattooed on him. Weird, but I guess it's a good move if you ever get amnesia, then at least you kind of have a starting point to figuring out who you are again. She is way too impressed by that. If I ever dated another Matt, I would feel more uncomfortable than attracted. Like, I would never be able to shake the feeling that I was like talking to myself in the third person, which is something that I just kind of have to stop doing anyway. This boy Chris very quickly becomes one of my favorite characters.
I'm the puppet master.
He's
See ya.
just full chaotic for no reason at all. And then he spreads some hot goss that Colin is an F-boy.
There's some F-boys amongst these guys.
Like who?
Kid Colin, who you gave the 2 bracelets to.
Which is something that immediately makes wave and just like ends the night like that. Now it's time for the first dates. Sarah takes the other Garrett, who's a Bitcoin investor and self-proclaimed fuckboy.
I'm the king of the F-boys.
So they go on a boat, laugh a little bit, talk a little bit, put on some sunscreen with each other. And Sarah pegs him as a gentleman because when he was putting on sunscreen, his hands didn't go anywhere else other than her back.
I could tell Garrett is a total gentleman just by the way he was putting the sunscreen on me. He didn't go any other areas aside from my back.
Look, I've been out of the dating game for a while, but is the bar really that low? She wants to know what his family life is like, and guys, he's had a life.
I was adopted from Russia when I was a little baby. My sister was as well. She's deaf. Because I was adopted, I definitely have kind of like a little abandonment issue.
That's not real, right? Like, that's something you'd see from like Dennis or Barney Stinson or something like that. There's just too many things in that for that backstory to be real. I don't buy it.
Garrett opened up a lot more than I thought he would.
But she believes him.
All I'm really doing is just trying to let you really open your legs to me.
What a skis. God, if that's true, I'm gonna look like such an ass. CJ and CJ go paddleboarding.
CJ is damn good looking. For parents who are watching this, you did a great job.
That's a weird thing to say. Anyway, they have a talk about what they're looking for. Oh, this cameraman is like struggling to stay afloat. I'm pretty sure he's like about to fall. Like, it's the best angle of their conversation, but they barely use it for the entire scene. It's just shaking and wobbling the whole time, and they mentioned their waves were rocky anyway, so poor guy. But the CJs actually do seem to get along. Like, they vibe. I get it.
He also has my name tattooed on him, so.
No. He has his initials tattooed on himself. He didn't do that for you. It's really important to me that you know that. Okay, but like, imagine if he did, and he knew that CJ was going to be on the show, and so he tattooed CJ onto himself because he knew that she would like it, which is a level of narcissism that is beyond impressive. That'd be like some serial killer shit. I mean, I'm not denying they're connecting, but it would be weird. Over on the beach, Nakia takes Colin horseback riding, which is a hella romantic date. And even though he's afraid of horses, he toughs it out as they ride into the ocean. Like, really, really far into the ocean. Did you guys forget that those things need to breathe? Hello, their mouths are in the water. Pay attention. But the horses make it safely back onto the shore, and our contestants have bonded a little bit.
I think you're very attractive. I think you take care of your image, I can tell. You're charismatic, you have great energy. For me, those have all been signs of an F-boy for me.
Oh God, you're likable and take care of your appearance? That's a red flag. She then lets him know that someone called him an F-boy, and he is not okay with that.
But one of the guys said that you basically are an F-boy.
Someone stabbing me in the back, which is bullshit. Now I gotta figure out who ratted on me.
When he gets back, all the guys are cheering him on, but he just kind of like scoots by because he needs some alone time. But I don't think the producers like this because they interview him and ask what he's upset about. And then when he tells him, he immediately gets some one-on-one time with Garrett. And that's who he thinks spread the rumor that he's a fuckboy. Like, nobody even suspects Chris.
Look at me.
I'm looking at you.
I didn't talk to CJ. Maybe your date didn't go the way you wanted it to. I don't need to try to step on your toes.
You just
I will
say you
literally
were-
let you do that yourself.
Brutal, dude. When it comes to elimination, Sarah picks Paul, who is just incredible. I feel like he has to be reminded every now and again that he's actually on a TV show.
My name is?
Paul.
I'm an F-boy.
Okay.
I'm a fridge boy. I move refrigerators for a living.
Oh.
These other stakes on the line, money, elimination, going home, like, wow, this is weird.
CJ picks the two guys that failed their charisma checks. Nakia picks Colin and Garrett. Understandable given the drama, but her specific reasoning for picking Garrett was that he came on a little bit too strong.
I would love to have 2 minutes of it.
Guess what he does to remedy that?
I wrote you a poem.
No, dude. Oh, it's not a poem. Don't do it.
When we fall off the path at times, it leads us to strengthen and sharpen our minds.
Nobody is okay with this. CJ is just trying to keep herself from laughing.
Because when we find love, we're no longer a storm.
Don't say love, dude.
Garrett Powers.
I'm not sure it had the effect that was intended.
No, it most certainly didn't, Mark. No, it did not. So they sent home Andrew, Peter, and
Garrett.
dude, that's rough. Imagine being in that position. Like, you've bared your soul in the form of a poem and you're still rejected at the end of the day. That's really gotta sting.
F-boy? F-bye.
And in a change of pace, instead of being sent home, the nice guys are sent to the nice guy grotto, and Peter, the only F-boy in the group, is forced to walk to the bus station to take the F-bus to go to Limbro. I keep wanting to call it Brogatory, but it's called Limbro. I'll just, whatever. Okay, this is what you're doing with him? You're holding him captive until the show is over, I'm guessing? This is where he's gonna sleep? There's not even a roof. What if it rains? We open the next episode on Peter in Limbro in a very stranded, chic outfit, very fresh. You know, I don't think he's actually sleeping there. Their first actual group activity in the show seems like it's going to be a great start. It's dodgeball
with water balloons.
So it's just a water balloon fight. Yes, I remember summer camp.
I've never played three-side water balloon. I've only been put on disciplinary probation in college for water balloons, which was just more one-sided.
All right, Mark, that was funny. You can stay.
This game is definitely gonna help me get to know the guys better. And I think it does show like who will be a protector in a relationship.
It's a water balloon fight, okay? It's not that deep. But they go ahead and pick their teams,
Schoolyard style.
CJ picks a guy named Charlie, who's very clearly made a great first impression.
I forgot his name. What's his name?
I don't know who Charlie is, like, to be 100% honest. Is he part of the cast?
So when the game is over, the girls get to pick their MVP, who gets to spend a little bit more like one-on-one time with them. When is the game over and how do they decide the winner? I don't know. There's no rules. There's no basis for scoring. They're treating water balloon fights like some kind of game. Sarah picks Jared as her MVP. CJ picks Sean.
I don't blame you, CJ. Look at that guy.
God, I love Paul. And Nakia picks Greg. None of their one-on-one time goes super well. Nakia and Sarah don't have great chemistry with their dates, and it turns out that Greg was a club promoter, which is apparently a really big red flag.
I don't know any club promoters that I wouldn't consider an F-boy.
You don't have to be a degenerate unless you're a club promoter.
He is super nice, but I am getting kind of like club promoter vibes from him.
And I love how Sarah wears her emotions on her face. Like when she is not interested, she is not interested. When the guys are all getting together, just like shooting the S, Divij talks about how he doesn't feel like he can connect with CJ intellectually because she got turned off by him talking about books.
I brought her books and she was like, are y'all trying to court me with books? Like, I feel like she doesn't read and shit.
So you can't talk to her intellectually?
I cannot talk to her intellectually.
I personally think everybody should read. It's really good for your concentration, especially right now when it seems like all the content is meant to be really good for your short-term memory. But maybe don't bring that up in front of everybody. Meanwhile, CJ takes CJ into the apartments to show her the architecture.
Do you want me to go through the architecture?
Yeah, could you describe it?
Yeah, I could show you, actually.
And then he brings her onto his wood in bed frame. That's a dumb joke. For their next dates, Nakia takes Jared. CJ does this excellent misdirect to CJ.
Do you know what Mark is?
Do I know what Mark is?
And takes Mark instead. And Sarah takes Josh. Who are these people? I don't know. The dates all go decently. There's nothing really to talk about.
I know that you and Colin have had connections.
Except Jared brings up Colin, which kind of plants the seeds for some upcoming drama.
And he shouldn't be worried about whatever the fuck I'm doing.
And now we're going over to Limbo to check on Peter. How's he doing, Matt? Thanks, Matt. Well, at the moment, he seems to be trying to break open a coconut in a desperate attempt at fresh water. And how's that going? Not great. He says he's lost track of the days and seems to be losing his mind. Ooh, how long has he been there? Well, it's been about 2 days for the other players, so it's safe to assume 2 days. That's very sad. How are the nice guys? Oh, they're drinking pina coladas and laughing at him. As they should be. Yes, they should. Back to you, Matt. Oh, comedy's about experimenting. That night, Chris comes to stir the pot and tells CJ what Divij said.
He was like, she seems like she doesn't even know how to read.
That's kind of misrepresenting what he said, but who cares? That's what he's here for. Oh my god, I haven't even talked about the interstitials yet. Every now and again, they'll show these quick little montages of the guys, and they are effing hilarious. Just guys being dudes. Anyway, at the chopping block, CJ's lost her voice, so she has to have Nikki, the host, read for her. She, of course, picks Divij because...
I am high maintenance. And lucky for me, audiobooks exist.
But you know, I can't imagine taking pride in being high maintenance. Maybe that's just a me thing. So Divij, Israel, the person, and Charlie are all eliminated. And then when it comes to revealing all their roles, they are 2 for 3, except for Charlie.
100% a nice guy.
We have hours of casting footage where Charlie's admitting he's an F-boy.
But I'm being told you came here as an F-boy.
I'm a nice guy.
This is why I love reality TV. When I saw this, my jaw effing dislodged, just like straight onto the floor. They have hours of casting footage? I mean, like, of course they do, obviously. Like, what are you doing, bro? Everybody is shook from this, and he denies it multiple times.
But that's not who I am. And I'm not an F-boy because that's not who I am.
Okay. Sorry that we've been misled
They finally just give up and dismiss everybody.
by.
For a tone shift, it turns out that Charlie slept around for a year as a way to like cope after his mom died, and the stories that he told during the interview phase are what led him here as an F-boy. That kind of sucks, and I do feel for him. The other two F-boys are sent to Limbro with Peter, where they'll stay for long enough to get the footage and then go to wherever else they're gonna go. But anyway, that was the start of F-Boy Island. The next episode is a little bit crazier, but I didn't want to go over long in this video. I haven't really touched on it, but they keep saying that money's on the line and that if you're a finalist, you have the opportunity to get the money. But they have yet to say how, and I just kind of want to believe the showrunners are just like making it up as they go along. If you guys have any thoughts on F-Boy Island, as always, I would love to hear them. I've been working on a really long video for a while now, so I appreciate you guys' patience and I really hope you like it. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.